Good morning. I'm going to talk a little bit more about how our thoughts create our world. I have titled this one, Are You Aware? Number 3, because the first two that I did, I didn't put the numbers on them, but they were only a small back. So we're just going to go over everything today. And I'll be quick in the first part because you can go back and look at number 1 and then number 2. Now, number 1 was talking about how our thinking is really important. And a lot of people don't always understand that. They think our emotions, which of course when we put it behind our thought, but we have the thought first. Then the emotion comes. Often we can't differentiate what came first, but really the thought will trigger the feeling. Now, so in the tarot, we have 4 suits. Wands is what I consider the first and major suit for you to look at because it talks about what goes on in the brain. So this is what I went over in my very first Are You Aware? We have a thought. I'm trying to think. I might got a little bit of light on this. We have a thought. There it is. And there is the castle of dreams. That's what the thought is. That's the goal. When we have the thought, we contemplate the thought. We have all that already, what we've established, and you can, boy, I haven't got enough hands. What we've established is on this side, and this is the new thought that we've got. So we sometimes, when we have a new thought, we're turning our back a little bit on the old thinking, but it's not really, if you look at carefully underneath it, it's not really solidified. And what we call of this is contemplating. We have a thought, we contemplate the thought. Then we project the thought. We put it out, and this is like the big C out there. We put it out, see if it works or if it doesn't work, if it's hopefully, in other words, we test the waters of what's going on. And hopefully we end up successful. Now we're at the castle of dreams. We've created our goal. Here it is. What more can one say? We've achieved. But is life that simple? No. So the next one I did was the next set, actually, of 3. So that was number 4. Now this is number 5. This is when the mind starts questioning and, oh, I don't know, maybe about this and maybe about that. And sometimes you tell somebody else what you were thinking and they say, oh, I don't know if that works. So consequently, what happens, you kind of go on the guard about it and you get confused. This often has a lot to do with the confusion of your ideas. But I love the symbology in here because if we look here, you're still holding that one thought. Even everything is scrambled over there. So we just have to be careful because then what we need to do is we need to get all our thoughts in line. We need to get people around us either supporting us or we don't listen to them at all, so that we're moving in the direction. And this little wreath up here, that's what gives this card the title that I gave it, which is Victory is Assured. If you go slow and sure towards your goal and get everything in alignment, so there's no other thoughts out there saying, no, that's not going to work, you're on the journey to get there. But this is number 7. Here you are on top of the hill. Now, the thing to look at, you've got a boot and a shoe, one on each foot. Not the same. You've got your wand very much in a defensive mode as you're kind of fighting these down here. Actually, if you look at this this is a little bit, but this 6, if you look at the wands, actually are in this one. They're going by, but there's a lot of, not everyone is going to support you and your ideas. And that's one of the reasons very often people will say, keep things close to yourself. Share them with the people that you know that are going to be supportive of you. So now we come to the final 3 of this step. We've got some more coming next time, but this is the steps. Number 8. Here, and 8 is a success number, by the way. If you look carefully here, you will see the 6 from the 6, which is saying victory is assured if you keep on going, not getting caught up in all the everything is coming into being. And if you look closely, and I'll show you this again if I can get this right. This is number 1, the beginning. Here we are at number 8, right? Yeah, it was 8. The scenery is the same. But if you look at the bottom scene where the Castle of Dreams and the River of Life is quite bigger, on the 8, it's further away. So what you have here is like everything is coming to land, but you're not there yet. It's all aligned though, and it's very important to recognize that this is a smaller picture of what you had originally. But then from the 8, you come into number 9 again. First of all, he's fighting for his ideas. And now if anybody has had new ideas out there, and I have been a queen of new ideas over the years, believe me. Well, maybe not the queen, but pretty strong. What will happen is that if you need to feel really good and clear about what your goal, what your idea, all of that is. So that's why he's hanging on to this, because guaranteed people are not going to always support you. So you have to believe in yourself. Now, in this one, the 8 ones, which were like there, are very strong. He's holding on to the 9th one. But if you notice, I'm going to put this a little closer. That's just not one of those that's a bandage, because he's had to fight for this. When we take on something new, when we change direction, we have to be strong within ourselves that we believe. Because the belief part is very important. You see, they don't talk a lot about having faith or having belief or anything. Very often people just say, oh, have that idea and go for it. It's more than that. You have to believe inside yourself that this is what you want and this is what you're going to achieve, because number 10, I call it the worry card. This is worrying. Worry, 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 worry. Your goal is right there. Hang on, I gotta get my hands right again. Your goal is right there. There's your goal. Can't see it. This often happens. You've been so busy working at getting your goal achieved, you're overcoming everyone's objections, getting everything lined up. And now, if you look at how he's carrying all those ideas, not comfortable. You try walking along like this with something in front of you. See how his back's bent? No, he's sturdy, but still, it's there. He can't see clearly. I call this the worry card. This is when your mind says, is it really going to be real? Is it real? Can it work? I don't know. What am I going to do? It's when you have 1,000 ideas in your head that are not always supporting what you want. After you've fought, you've stayed on point, you've argued with people who don't want to support you. By the way, you don't listen to them again. Get your support group around you that will support your ideas. Now, it's okay if they're pointing out why it may not be the best idea, but it's like when they just say, when they just sort of discard everything. Your goals are your goals. You need to be able to achieve those. But we do have those points along the way. It's not just, I have an idea, let's go do it and be successful. Sometimes it can be that quick, but normally not, because other people's ideas kind of cringe onto our own. So that's number 3. Next time, we'll be looking at what I call the court cards, which is the attitudes that you basically have to your ideas. So I want you to go ahead and have some wonderful things you want to achieve and do, but then watch. Remember, the main thing is the first 4. Have the idea, contemplate the idea, project the idea, achieve the idea. So it's like simple. All the other stuff is extraneous, but it happens. And we want to be able to achieve what we want and be happy. And so as I say, are you aware of how your thinking works? I'm so glad I've had these over the years to help me. And when we look at number 4 next week, because I will put a number on them now, we'll talk about the attitudes that we have and the pitfalls that are there. In the meantime, you have a great day. I'll be back on Sunday with a Sunday thought, which I guess is tomorrow. Early Sunday thought. I get up and have an early Sunday thought. And again, of course, Monday night is mental mind treatments. And then Wednesday is my metaphysical discussion. Blessings. Take care of yourself. Look after yourself. Watch what you're thinking, because thought is a vibration that goes out to create your vibrational rate. Bye now.